All right, all right. Welcome everyone to a new town hall. Please let me know if you can hear me. Please confirm in the chat, as always, because lately it's been failing for me, and I have been doing introductions without people hearing me, so it's better to double check.
It sounds like you
Awesome.
you stepped it up on the mic game, Santi.
I did. I actually did. After several months of feedback from the community telling me to get a new mic, I finally did it. So had to get the upgrade. Um,
You told them you were just waiting for the bull market to come back before you bought the mic, right?
I needed a little pump. Peer pressure worked. People are saying yes, it worked. Um, so yeah, got the upgrade. But welcome everyone. The Townhall is back. Long overdue. I think the last one we had was like around 6 months ago. Michael, can you believe that?
It feels like it's been a long time, so I believe you.
Yeah, 6 months here is like 3 years in the normal world, probably. So it's been like 3 years since we did the last phone call. But yeah, we're super happy to be here on stage again after sharing such an intense 2023. And as always, I have my superstar co-host here. You already know him pretty well, but welcome, Michael, to the stage. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. It's a pleasure to be here, as always. I'm going to be referring to you as Santi Claus for the rest of the year, and Dom Saint Nick. I think it's only appropriate.
It's appropriate. Yeah. We have to get in those vibes. But yeah, we have a packed agenda for today. Even though I don't expect this town hall to be super long, but we have a lot to chat about. We will be doing first some general updates. Then we will do a quick review of 2023 and how the year was in general, just recapping everything that happened at Star Atlas. And then after that, we will be sharing some product updates that are coming very soon. And we'll close talking a little bit about 2024 and what can be expected from our end. So now, Michael, if you're ready, we can get started.
Let's go.
Okay. So first of all, one thing that the community has been asking about within these general updates is the Honeyland collab. There was an unfortunate delay, so the Honeyland recipe that was announced to go live today will have to be delayed until January. So we have some economic changes that require the engineering bandwidth. So we will be sure to keep you all updated on when that recipe will be going live. So likely to go live on January. We apologize for this small delay, but there's a lot going on in the Stradless side, as you can probably imagine. So yeah.
Santi, I just want to jump in really quickly on this too, because I think this is a really exciting initiative. This idea that we can integrate other game assets into our crafting recipes, make those available to our players. It's a strong opportunity to recruit players from other game ecosystems and otherwise just further support collaboration within Web3, which has really been a core part of our philosophy since the beginning. It's why we're building fully on-chain game logic, this idea of composability and interconnectedness. And in some ways this is taking the first steps towards what you can consider an open metaverse. So we've been having conversations with outside teams about adding their assets into the game, all the way going all the way back to escape velocity, and we're just now finally picking up some traction with that. We have a number of other teams that we have some soft commitments with as well. So look forward to those going into 2024. I actually think it's a good thing we're holding back on Honeyland so that we can roll this out going into next year and keep hopefully some type of regular cadence on new assets included in the game.
Yeah. Thank you. That's a great update. So thank you for sharing. Then some more events updates that we have going on. This week we have the last Atlas Brew of the year. So if Dom or Jose can share the link in the chat here in the Atlas Amphitheater chat, that would be much appreciated. But we have the last Atlas Brew of the year, and we'll be talking a little bit about 2024 and probably the key takeaways from this Townhall. As you know, the Atlas Brew is our most beloved community event. Happens every Wednesday in the voice chat at the same time. So make sure to mark us interested in the event that Jose just shared in the chat. Another thing is that this week we have the last golden ticket event as well. So make sure to participate in this last week drawing. It was the community choice, and we added some extra rewards, right, Michael?
We did. I know we kicked in at least one extra Sunpaw. I had asked for two. So let's see if we get two in there. I'm not sure where we landed on it right now, but yeah, we boosted the reward pool a little bit for this last one. I think it was an incredible event. Overall, we saw high levels of participation. It was a great resource sink across the game, and I think it was just overall a lot of fun. I didn't get to join you guys in any of um, the the parties, the drawing parties, but maybe Friday I'll join in and get to hang with you guys for while the
Nice.
drawing is going on.
Yeah. No, we will hold you accountable for that. Hopefully you can join. Now you said it. So yeah, it's the last Golden Carnival. So if Dom or Jose can share that as well in the chat. I don't know if we created the Discord event. If not, then you can expect that at the top of the server after the town hall. I don't think we created it, so yeah.
Yeah, Don was
Uh,
asking how many tickets I'm putting in this week, and it's going to be a light week for me. I think a couple 100,000 or so. Um, I've been busy.
a light week, yeah. But yeah, on another note, we have a pre-announcement coming today. So I'm announcing a pre-announcement here with notes that will be coming on the econ side. So stay tuned for that. As I mentioned, there's going to be changes in the econ coming. So
Ooh,
I'm
this is a
announcing
spicy
a
one.
pre-announcement. I don't think I ever did anything like this.
I think we've asked you to do that almost every week from the time you joined us. What, 2.5 years ago, Santi? 2 2 3/4 years ago.
It's close to 3 years now. It's
Yeah.
actually 3 months to 3 years of me at Star Atlas. That's actually crazy.
Ooh,
Um,
ooh. We'll talk a little
yeah,
bit about that today, I think,
yeah,
as a recap of 2023.
for
But
sure.
I will tell you guys, the econ announcements, they're spicy. I think some people are going to be really happy. Some people are going to be a little bit upset. But overall, these are very good changes, very necessary changes. And
Steady, Michael.
I
He's
know, I know.
sleeping.
All right. I know I'm sure he is. So I won't spoil the surprise, but yeah, I look forward to that announcement coming out.
Nice. Another thing is that we won the People's Choice Awards in the Game 3 Awards. So huge shout out to the community. That was the only 100% community voted award in the whole ceremony. So congratulations, guys. It was won by you. So best community in Web3 gaming, guys.
Santi,
Uh,
didn't you say the rest of those were rigged?
no, not at all. Not at all.
No, it was a great ceremony, great event. And as always, our deepest appreciation to everyone for coming out and supporting us. We've always said we have the best community in Web3, and winning that People's Choice Award 2 years in a row, I think really demonstrates that. So cool to see, and look forward to participating in that again in 2024.
Yeah, yeah. We'll win it again. 3 years in a row. Let's do it. Um, but yeah, I think that covers most of the general updates that we have for today. So let's get into just a
Actually,
review. Yeah.
one more thing, Santi. I know we didn't discuss this as we were putting the
Mm,
agenda together,
that's
but I
good.
think it's a good opportunity to just make the announcement that the studio is closing down again end of the year. I'm not sure that we've communicated that so far this year, but every year running towards the end of the year, we've taken 1 to 2 weeks off. This year is no different. We are closing the studio down from technically the 23rd. So this Friday is the last day that we'll all be in studio working. I'm making a cappuccino here as well, guys. Sorry, let me multitasking as usual, getting juiced up. But yeah, we're closing down. This Friday is the last day everybody will be in studio, and then we'll all be coming back January 8th. Make sure you submit all of your support tickets over these next 2 weeks because
No way.
we want to make sure Arthur's fully busy. Actually, Santi, we're going to be shutting down the ticketing system over the break. Is that right?
Yeah. Since we are not gonna have support for the tickets, we will be closing 2 weeks that we will be out. So letting Darwin get some sleep. If you ever created a ticket, you probably met Darwin. He's our community support legend. So people need a rest, guys. People need a little bit of rest here in this Atlas team and to come to 2024 recharged. So yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely well earned. I mean, people have been putting in countless hours, putting in a lot of overtime, making sure we can continue to ship this year. And so a little break, little recovery, and coming back into 2024 renewed, as Santi said, I think is going to benefit everyone. So just wanted to make sure the community was aware. We'll be around, but response times are going to be longer than usual, and it will be very limited support over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah. Thank you for covering that one, Michael, because we actually didn't have that one in the agenda. So good catch. I think now we can let you finish preparing that cappuccino and getting a little bit into 2023. So just a quick review. As you guys know, 2023 was no doubt a year with highs and lows, but most importantly, with a lot of product releases and with Automata definitely maturing and growing as a company. So here a question for you, Michael, now that we have you here once again in the Townhall, is if you can tell us how this year felt from the CEO standpoint, just taking it all the way back to how we started in January with FTX just going down and people actually highly doubting the capabilities of Star Atlas to survive to where we are at now. So wanted to get your take on this, Michael.
Yeah, it was very emotionally volatile throughout the year, obviously. Really coming off of the highs of Breakpoint 2022, we had a phenomenal showing there. We had a lot of excitement going on. And then it was over that same period of time that FTX imploded, and obviously we were impacted financially by that. And I took the position, as I always do, to be forthright and transparent with the community about what our exposure looked like and what it meant for the company. But for us, there was never, at least for me, there was never a single moment where I wanted to give up. All I knew was if we keep pushing forward with this team, with this community, with the vision in front of us, that we would find a way to overcome these challenges. And I don't want to get too far ahead of myself and say we've been able to do that, but we've certainly seen a significant recovery in our financial position, in our treasury balance, in revenues, in marketplace volume, but also in delivering gaming products that people want to engage in. And Labs was really um, probably the most critical moment of the whole year where we were able to get these economic gameplay loops delivered that people were excited about, you all were excited about. And we've seen a ton of activity in Labs. I think in many ways that turned the sentiment of the community around. But more importantly, it was, I don't know if I'd say more importantly, but it also was this moment internally where the team recognized that, hey, we are building great things that people actually want. Um, Throughout the year, the team was highly motivated to succeed. Of course, there was fear in the air. We were communicating openly with our team as we were externally with you all in the community. And what I felt was important was that we inform everyone exactly what our situation is so that we can co-navigate our way out of it collectively. Of course, we have some lost fallen brothers and sisters. We had to make some substantial restructuring changes to the company that included eliminating large portions of our team over the year. And these are people that were friends, that were great producers, great developers, performed some great work for us. And unfortunately, we just had to take that position of ensuring survival for the company. And the end result of that, not to diminish any of the work that those people contributed to the project through time, but it really did lead to this moment of deeper cohesion across everyone that was remaining on the team. And I think everyone realized that we just have to bear down. We have to put the effort in right now to make sure that this works and to make sure that we succeed and survive. And so it was a smaller team. It was very collaborative. I think everybody was able to get more on the same page as to uh, what development requirements were immediately in front of us, and everybody rallied together to get it done. And again, it was a lot of work. A lot of people, you know, I saw developers in Discord voice chat in our internal server until 3, 4 in the morning, and so people were pulling all-nighters specifically to get labs out. But I think it really led to this great level of camaraderie for the people that are still on the team. I think better comprehension and understanding of what we're building and why. And overall, I think our velocity has picked up in many ways without some of the levels of management and bureaucracy that had been kind of built into the company as we grew rapidly through time. But I try to temper my emotions on the upside as much as I do on the downside, and it was, yeah, when it felt like all of these things were coming our way that seemed almost insurmountable. Uh, it was just focusing on putting one foot in front of the other and continuing to move forward. And now that things are turning around, I'm not getting overly excited about it. We still have a long way to go, and we've got a huge, huge vision to build here. But yeah, it feels good. It feels good to have gotten to this point, to have to be entering into what feels like the next major bull market. NFA don't want to get into kind of crypto analysis, but look, if the Bitcoin ETFs kick off in January, that's a real positive for the crypto industry as a whole. You've got the Bitcoin halving next year. You have gaming, Web3 gaming leading the crypto sector in terms of performance right now. So I think we're extremely well positioned. I think we have one of, if not the best product and product suite that's on the market and available today. And I think we've been taking this risk of building fully on-chain game systems since 2021. I think that's going to be a big part of the narrative going into 2024. And we are decades ahead of anyone else that's building with a similar philosophy. So feels good, Santi. I would love to hear some of your thoughts because, you and I had a number of conversations just one-on-one, kind of talking through feelings, talking through emotions, and it was tough. I would love to hear from your side, being a person on the team, how you felt it all went.
Yeah, man, no, absolutely. That is very true. We had several amount of conversations during this 2023 and in different notes as well, like happy conversations, very tough ones as well. But overall, I think just from how long I have been here on the team, if you don't know, I've been with the team since April 2021. I like to take things back to that moment and just think of how far we actually have come since 2021. Because if you look since 2021, when we only had a website and a few images of concept art, the amount of things that we were able to achieve here is massive, and that's one of the key things that actually kept me going through the tough times. That, and I would say the community support, as always, just receiving great messages and knowing that we have people like you guys, everyone who is listening right now, building this vision together with us and supporting the team and just sharing some love with us during the tough times. I would say those were one of the key things that kept me, and I'm sure that most of the team members as well, going through the tough times. So, battle tested community, and I have to give you some praise, Michael. Battle tested CEO. I think there are a few CEOs in crypto more battle tested than Michael here. So a little praise for you, Michael. I know you like that.
I appreciate it, man. As I always say, my two best qualities are being humble and good looking. So really appreciate that, Santi. And uh, no,
Yeah.
appreciate the words, man. I just want to maybe mention one thing, and this is it's possibly kind of a sensitive topic to discuss. So, but I'm going to do it anyway in typical me fashion. And for you guys out there in the community, I just want you to know how much um, the community team, Santi, Dom, Jose, Arthur, how much these guys really care about you and your well-being as well. There were conversations over the course of the year when we were running various campaigns, sales campaigns. We were looking to obviously generate revenue as a company, and um, feedback came in from Santi and others, that it feels exploitive, and that was never our intention. Our intention was not to exploit the community, but to find a path to success. And uh, it got confrontational at times, and so I'm only mentioning this because I want you to know that the community team, while they work for Automata, they're very much on your side, and they're always thinking about the impact of how we behave and how we act, and the impact that that has on you. So a lot of love here. You know, like Santi always says, and the team always says, we couldn't be here without the community. We recognize that, we realize that, and really stoked for things to be turning around, as I said.
Yeah, thank you, Michael. Wasn't expecting you to share that one, but yeah, you guys are getting insights, a lot of insights on the behind the scenes of this 2023. But let's get into the positives as well here, Michael. So just very quickly, because I know people want also updates on what's coming. I know a lot of people are looking for that, and believe me, we have some cool things to share today. But can we quickly cover like all the things that we were able to achieve in 2023, just very quickly?
Yeah, I mean, there were a ton of minor points I could make, but let's just cover some of the product releases that came out. Of course, R 2.1 came out this year. That was the update to the showroom. Escape velocity was the earliest iteration of the browser implementation of the game Sage. Um, I'm gonna look back at escape velocity and just I'm going to enjoy that moment. I know it was so little and it wasn't necessarily Star Atlas caliber, but I think in many ways it was at least a good kicking off point to rolling out product releases in Sage. Sage Labs was a huge turning point again for the company. That was just in September. It feels like forever ago, but it's only been 3 months, and we've seen just these consistent and regular updates coming out to Sage Labs. It feels really good to have something stable that's on market, that has a future behind it, that is getting this internal love, and again, consistent updates. We actually have something for you guys today. Quick teaser. Stage 3D came out. A couple of campaigns like Never Alone was launched, and of course, getting Starpath out with the integration with BuddyLink, I think was pretty huge. We've seen. I haven't checked the volumes actually in a little while, but I know we've distributed over $250,000 or so worth of rev share for people participating in that. A ton of referrals coming in, and just cool to see a great rewarding affiliate system rolled back out. And then just, geez, what was it? Just 6 weeks ago or so, Breakpoint, and it felt like Breakpoint, perhaps coincidental, but was almost a turning point for the entire industry. Breakpoint was going off, Solana was going up. Markets seemed like they completely turned around, and I don't know if that was because of Solana and because of the movement in the Solana ecosystem. But let's not forget that not only were people saying that Star Atlas was dead, that we weren't going to make it, but people were saying Solana was dead.
Shout out to
And
Solana, man. Shout out to
yeah,
Solana, doing more volume than Ethereum on decentralized exchanges. That's insane.
it is absolutely insane, and it was one of the things that we identified early on when choosing Solana was really this developer ecosystem, this community at Solana, and this uh, yeah, just the I want to say cult-like behavior in the ecosystem. It's, in my opinion, clearly superior tech, but you also have this incredibly resourceful community, and we're seeing the benefits of that now. And the fact that we stayed on Solana in 2023 created some challenges for us itself, and we had conviction to stick with it. I'm glad we did, and Solana is going to be a top ecosystem in 2024 and beyond.
Yes, sir. Let's go. So here we will talk more about 2024 later, but just covering all this that we covered in for 2023, what's the current state of the company going into 2024? How are things feeling for you?
Well, I know what you're digging at here, Santi, and I'm sure people in the community want to know, but uh, kind of alluding to company finances, I have made some comments out there. November was the first month that we've had a profitable month since February of 2022. And so even before FTX and before the fallout of that event, we were effectively losing money building this product. And so to get ourselves into a position through the restructuring efforts, through reduction in expenses, and also seeing this market improvement in revenues and transaction volumes, we're in a much stronger position today than we have been in really the last 2 years. Since the last 2021 bull market. So, again, personally, I'm optimistic about what the market has in store for 2024 and maybe 2025. We're going to make the most of it. We're extremely well positioned now with as much as we have developed and some major releases that are coming out over the course of next year. So, I'm feeling good, Santi. I'm feeling the best I've felt in a long time about company financials. So, obviously, still a lot of uncertainty out there. We don't know what the future has in store, but I think what we've been able to demonstrate is that we're capable of navigating stormy weather and rocky waters. And so, regardless what comes our way, I feel like we're going to be able to get through it. But again, also very excited about just the potential of next year and beyond.
Battle tested for sure.
Yes,
So yeah, I think we can get back into 2024 in just a minute, but 2023 is not over, right? And we still have things coming. So there's actually, we're planning on ending this year with a bang, and we have a massive update coming to Sage Labs called Sage Labs B2, where the Gallia map actually comes alive like never before. Michael, do you want to cover the list of changes that this update will include?
Yeah, I mean the hits just keep coming. We literally just rolled out Sage 3D. We've had a positive response to that. I think a lot of people are still leveraging Sage Labs for a lot of the gameplay, but I think this labs update is absolutely massive. Like Santi said, you're going to see the map come alive. It's going to feel a lot more like a video game with an interactive map where you can manage all of your assets everywhere they're at. So one of the big things here is that you have this upgraded dashboard. As I said, improves gameplay seamlessness and allows you just to click on your ships and take actions with your ships while straight on the map. So this is kind of an elimination of a lot of the menu navigation that you've been going through, and again, should create a more enjoyable gameplay experience overall. My personal favorite here is that the Gallia map is going to be live in the sense that you will be able to see all other fleets on the map. And again, this is all on-chain data. You're going to see, well, you'll have the option to toggle this on or off, but you will see all fleets everywhere on the map. You'll see them moving. You can inspect those fleets. You can see what the fleet composition is. You can see what resources they're holding. This is just super, super cool. What
You
else
may
do we
have a
have here?
little video, Michael, here to share.
We do, and I feel like I- I think we should just roll to the video. I just want to kind of everyone to keep in mind that this is still early stage gameplay, but the next big things coming for Labs and Sage in the future include Starbase construction, Starbase upgrading, and combat systems coming online. And I think, man, once we get combat on the map and you have people legitimately trying to take over territory, we're in a whole new realm of gameplay. But yeah, let's play that video.
Look at that.
So let's talk a little bit about the fidelity of the assets. It's going to be low level of detail. I think Dom recorded this. We're probably going to zoom in anywhere you see a fleet. Now the circle sizes will adjust based on the size of the ships. The largest ship in that fleet. And then you also see these ships that are arrows, and the ships that are arrows are actually moving, and you'll see them moving in real time. In fact, you can see them moving right now. And once again, the size of the arrow is determined based on the fleet composition, with larger ships creating larger arrows. I would say this has some pretty huge implications for those SDU farmers out there as well.
Yeah, it's alive, man.
It's
It's
alive.
alive.
And how cool is it that this is all on-chain data being represented on the labs map in real time?
Yeah. So, and expect this to come very soon. If not today, very soon.
I'm just
4
gonna
to
say it.
6.
I'm just gonna no, I'm gonna say it, man. I don't know why you want to do that to this community that you guys love. It's coming out right after the town hall. Unless there's something that I don't know about in the last 30 minutes, in the last 30 minutes, but this thing was on staging, ready to go. So and this is where the engineering team kills me again. But yeah, it should be today, man. Should be today.
It should be today. Yeah, I was just being cautious, man, but I know you like to do it your style. I'll let you roll with it. I mean, you are the CEO. You can do it. um, so yeah, guys, expect this update to come very soon. And it's coming alive. I mean, you can see all the other fleets moving in real time in the Galia expanse. So it gives a huge sense of aliveness to the Star Atlas ecosystem, and you can now understand like how huge it is that we're also building on chain, right? Getting all that data in real time from all the players and seeing how everybody interacts with the map. It's just super awesome. So yeah.
Maybe just a quick aside as well. I don't necessarily want to call anyone out in particular, but I think just the amount of co-creation that we're already seeing across the ecosystem, leveraging the on-chain data. I will mention a few names, but Afia with their Flipside dashboard on the economics, they're pulling data directly from the chain to build that out. I think that's incredibly cool. Evi, I've actually been using Evi myself. Some cool tools to determine crafting recipes. It keeps track of your inventory all around the map, keeps track of your assets all around the map. This one's going to be controversial, but Sly with their Labs Assistant tool and their player profile integration. By the way, none of these are recommendations or I'm forgetting the legalese here, but validation of these tools. These are all external tools. They're not audited by the team. Use at your own risk. But this is what it's all about, guys. This is what it's all about. We're seeing people build extensions and optimizations around the game. The idea is that this whole universe can be co-created by a collective of people all around the world. And that's because of our on-chain programs, because of the build program, access to IDLs, program IDs, API endpoints, TypeScript bindings. It's because of all of those things that we're seeing this innovation take place. And yes, we have a massive vision at Star Atlas. And how do we get to the goal line with this? By letting everyone else help us build this and create the future of the metaverse. So I think it's insanely cool that we're already seeing this adoption and interest in building alongside us.
Absolutely, and we can see it also in the community developers channel, right? We have our engineers actually paying a lot of attention in those channels. So if you're a developer and you're looking to learn or to get started to develop at Star Atlas, we have the community developers channel here in the Discord. If you scroll down a little bit, where you can ask questions directly to our engineers. And we also started doing the Star Atlas Developer Hour event that we are looking to do that once a month, where developers can just come with questions to our engineers directly, and we handle them live just guiding all our developers. So if you're in the community and you're a developer, make sure to get involved because there's a lot going on.
And man, I don't want to completely derail us, but the worth mentioning the IP program here as well. You know, I mentioned this at Breakpoint, and I don't know what the current numbers are, but we had 66 companies and teams apply to participate in the build program using our IP to create products and services for the community just since March or April of this year. And that is absolutely incredible. In fact, we're overwhelmed. It's something we want to put some more effort into next year is building up a team to support things like the IP program and external developers. I'm hoping we can get to a point where we're resourced to be able to appropriately handle that. But man, we've already seen a lot of cool companies launch. Gallia Merchants, Gallia Art Station, Enigma 42, Star Artisan Shop. And I might as well give another shout out to Archetype here for all the cool stuff that he's doing with his charitable use of assets. And so it's cool, man. The whole ecosystem's alive. Feels really good.
Yeah. It's awesome to see it flourishing in such an early stage as well. But let's keep moving here, Michael, because what we just shared is actually not all. As you guys know, we also have updates on the UE5 side of things as well coming. You probably know that we have R2.1.9, which is a big patch that is coming to our UE5 game. And we are aiming for this week, but the caveat here, let me say it, Michael, it is very possible that it releases in January. Just let me get that straight here. And we have a huge list of updates coming with this one that includes a couple of surprises that I'm sure a few people were expecting. So, Michael, I will give you the honors and let you go through them.
Yeah, Danny did give us an absolutely massive list here that we truncated just in the spirit of time. But and I can tell everyone here, Danny is working as hard as he can with his teams to try to get this out by the end of the year. Barring any major game-breaking bugs, we're going to push it out on Friday. But as Santi said, there is a possibility that because of our team going on break that this gets released in January instead. Stay tuned. We'll let you know if it's coming out this week or not. But just a few of the items that he's outlined here for us includes refactored ship physics on hover mechanics again, so they're constantly improving the way it feels as you utilize your ship assets. Test racetracks with racing bots. So single player mode where you can race against bots and you can participate in combat racing and otherwise just hover racing. The Volant Station track itself has been expanded. It is now connected. There's a basement level with a race and pit stop zone. Maybe a little leak here. Some of the functionality that Danny and I and Jacob have been discussing is when you have these races that are maybe hundreds of laps, which again, now that you have the connected course, you can just run the circuit over and over and over again. But it'd be really cool to have team-based pit stops where there's a racer, yes, but there's also some of your guildmates that are in the pit stop and they're refueling your ship for you, or they're adding ammunition to your fleet, or otherwise working on it. And much like F1, faster your pit stop, the faster you get back out on the course. So I think that would be a cool mechanic in the future. Not in this release, but a cool mechanic in the future. There's a new crew studio where you can customize your character and select the different skins. One of the things I'm most excited about is this experimental third-person shooter arena. You guys all saw the videos from Breakpoint. This, I have to be honest with you, was completely unexpected. Big shout out to Brad and Chip on this one, because I think they were just doing this at night for fun after normal working hours. But yeah, to see the third-person shooter mechanics come online with multiple gun types. Again, you probably saw these in the videos, but pistols, assault rifles, shotgun, light machine gun, and some others. One of the highly in-demand mechanics.
Michael, just a caveat here, because I have information on why Chip and Brad are actually allowing us to play third-person shooter early against the bots. it's actually for the community to practice before they get to 3v3, me, you, and Dom, so they don't get destroyed by us, basically.
Oh, dude,
That's
I
what I
told
heard, at least.
I told you not to leak that, man. But yeah, they're gonna need all the practice they can get because I don't know if the community has seen the three of us teamed up before, but get wrecked. That's all I can say.
Yeah. Just another caveat. We have the code for Never Alone, which is Labs V2. So just say if you can post it in the chat so people can copy and paste before we continue going through the updates here, because that's not all for our 2.1.9. I'll let you continue, Michael.
Yep. So we're adding one of the in-demand features, the slide mechanic with the jet boots. So it's like a knee slide. We've added mini maps to racing and gunplay. So you'll have a sense of where you're actually at in the map, as well as multiplayer features when those come online. I haven't even seen this yet, but there's an updated space dogfight map. So the flight trainer arena is apparently updated. That's great. Um, a testable early Marie's character. So adding a new character to the character selection screen for those Oni fans out there. Let's see what else we have. The Ogrica Niruk, the Calico Scud, the Vizu Solos. Those are all now fully flight ready. Of course, more ships are continuing to go through that gold standard, and those will be coming online next year. And as was the case in 2.1, all current ships on the marketplace are available and playable in engine today. Some of those are in clay state. They're in various states of development, but they're at least all flyable now. We actually have a patch notes coming out later today. There's a bunch more stuff coming in this that we just couldn't squeeze in, but keep an eye out for those patch notes.
Yeah, as Michael said, this is not all, but this is super exciting. Lots of surprises in here. I'm sure people were for sure not expecting the third-person shooter experimental mode, at least this early. So we'll let you guys practice. But here, Michael, I wanted to give a shout out to the production team. They never stop building, and they also always surprise us with great updates. So wanted to give a quick shout out here to them.
Yeah, it was frustrating over the course of the year for people to be making claims that we're, not focused on building the MMO product line, which we obviously were. We have a great team there. These updates continue to demonstrate all of the progress and work that that Unreal Engine team is doing. So definitely a big shout out to them, as well as really everyone else on the team for just bearing down and getting stuff done.
Yeah, same for the lab side as well. Every single team in the company, but the lab side as well. You guys can now see how fast these guys build and how fast they ship. You pretty much see everything in real time, so shout out to them as well. But we also received a great video that one of our great production directors sent us. So I will play that now. And this is actually R2.1.9. So let's take a
Yeah.
look.
And this is Hano in action. So this is cool.
Look at that setup, man. So good.
Yeah, if you can't tell, this is his sim racing setup. I mean, what conviction? He's even rocking the helmet. How hot do you think that gets?
He's actually wearing the helmet, yes. Full immersion. Very cool video.
Yeah. Super cool.
Yeah. Shout out to Hano. He actually participated in the in our YouTube series with Dom. So if you want to meet Hano, get to know Hano better, you can go to our YouTube channel and take a look at Navigating Star Atlas episode 2. where Hano is part. So I
And I don't know
appreciate
if
the yeah.
I don't know if Hano's out there in the audience today, but I think that is a HOTAS setup. Maybe he can confirm. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I think he's using a racing wheel. But
Wow.
yeah, we'll let him confirm what his setup is on that.
Yeah. Nice. Nice. So another thing that we have coming, Michael, is the DAC platform. So let me actually try to pull this video, but in the meantime, can you remind us what is coming with the DAC platform in case people don't know?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about this a lot, so I think everybody's probably pretty familiar. But if there are new people in the audience, DAC platform, decentralized autonomous corporations, these are the guilds of Star Atlas. We've been working on building a front end that allows for the registration, name selection of your guild, profile creation, recruiting tools, as well as guild member management. So setting permissions between ranks and permissions of users to be able to execute various actions on behalf of your DAC. I'll be the bearer of bad news here. We did run into a few minor issues with the profile integration of this. That player profile permission system is something that we had to put on the back burner as we work through the other game product releases, and so this is it's so close to coming out, but we are looking at a most likely a January 2024 official release of the DAC platform. We've got the video here. This was actually played at Breakpoint. Um, yeah, I know everyone's very excited about this. We are going to be releasing a pre-alpha version on AtlasNet. That's our internal testnet, effectively, and we're going to be getting some usage testing over the break, and we'll use that feedback to officially roll out DAC platform.
Cool. Thank you for the update on that one. And sorry if the video was a little bit slow to play. I think I will need to get a computer upgrade as well together with the mic probably soon. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I can also prepare a little bit on the third-person shooter as well.
I don't know if you're putting in official request, Santi, but denied. You know, you're gonna have to get that computer yourself.
I appreciate that. Appreciate that, Michael. But yeah, let's keep moving here. Let's keep moving. Let's get. I think we covered almost everything that is coming. That happened in 2023 and is coming in this last few weeks, week and a half, I think. But for 2024, Michael, let's get a little bit into this. What are you most excited about for 2024?
Well, that is really hard to say because we have a lot in our roadmap. And speaking of which, Dom has been working with Danny directly to put an official roadmap together. We'll have that available on Portal, which is played@staratlas.com, as well as on the .com site, so just staratlas.com. But of course, not putting any dates in the roadmap, but we will be releasing what we expect the product release calendar to look like, at least roughly. But yeah, we have so much coming in 2024. I think legitimately I'm most excited about 2.2 release with the full metagravity integration and multiplayer support, and specifically that third person shooter mode, which is still an experimental mode, but man, getting into the arena with you and Dom, as you guys said, and doing some 3v3, I think is going to be super fun. But 2.2 is just so powerful for us. It's when we go open access on Epic Games Store, so you won't need to use the redemption key to get in anymore. We'll have a lot of polish on the racing gameplay mechanics. We'll have those experimental modes, but I think it's probably our biggest and first opportunity to target that mainstream audience, get them in, get them playing, and get them exposed to what Star Atlas is going to be. But man, we have a ton of work coming. So I don't know if you want me to jump into that right away, Santi, or maybe just move on to the
For
next question.
2.2 or everything in general, Michael?
Everything in general. Maybe we can just start with 2.2, since as I said, I think that is probably our most exciting release. Despite the fact that we have major traction in products like Labs, we have the economic integration in Labs, but um, I think things like character progression in R 2.2 gives you that real sense of accomplishment, and it gives you the sense of playing an MMO. It gives you a reason to get addicted, for lack of a better word. I've been um, pretty much an MMO player my whole life, and um, being able to level up and see your character progress, and know that when you spend time in the game, it has some long-term meaning with it. It feels super good, but you're also going to be able to have ship mastery, which is this progression system associated with your ship. You'll be earning loot. This is kind of the play to own concept, if you will. And so you're earning components, you're earning modules, you're earning upgrades to your ship. And this is where you can really start to distinguish yourself from other players. If you and I are both in an X4, but you've leveled your X4 up a little bit more than I have, then you're going to outperform me on the course. With the exception, Santi, is I'm just a much better driver. So, but your ship is going to perform a little bit better than mine, and I think that's really cool. And we also get into that whole ship configuration and crew customization as part of the 2.2 release. I mean, all of those things make this feel like a real game. You've got the repetitive loops in it, and you also have these experimental modes. So I think that's, as I said, going to be our biggest opportunity for a new inflow of mainstream users into Star Atlas.
Absolutely, it's gonna be huge. But before we get into more products, I think a question that we have seen in the community and everything is just I wanted to ask about the strategy for rescaling the company once we are able to do that. I'm sure we learned a lot of lessons from last year and how we did things. Not only last year, but how we scaled before. But is there anything that we would do differently this time?
A lot of things we would do differently, sure. To be upfront, I'm going to be very conservative with scaling the company back up in the near term. Of course, we've seen an improvement in revenues and our financial position, but ultimately, as I said, we still have a long way to go, and this production requires a massive budget. Hundreds of millions of dollars to build this thing out, and so going to be conservative in the near term with rehiring, and again, we have this great dynamic on the team right now, and great cohesion on the team, and I don't want to do anything to damage that. One of the positive results of the reductions that we had to make over the course of the year is again this ability for teams to internal segments of our team to collaborate and coordinate on what is being built and when, and making sure we get things out with timelines that we've expected. And so we are going to be going back into scaling, assuming that the revenue continues trending the way that it has been. Most likely, we'd be scaling more on the production side, which is largely Danny's camp. And we're also looking at adding a few engineers back over to the team. So this is Jacob's side of the company. But there were a few other key positions, roles that were lost, and we really haven't done anything marketing wise. Our approach has been to build great products and ship those, and let the network effect and community and social media drive our adoption and visibility. With that said, I can't tell you how many times I've heard from people that Star Atlas is absolutely crushing it right now, and I agree, we are. That feels good, and we're doing that with effectively zero marketing spend right now. And so I would like to formalize a new head in that marketing position, bringing in a creative director. We have a couple of other key hires that we're looking at right now that would definitely make some waves, not only in Web3, but across the gaming industry. But slow and steady is kind of the idea here. As you onboard people rapidly, which we did in 2021 and 2022, growing up to 235 people in the team, a lot of procedures and protocols get broken down, and communication chains get drawn out, and then you have miscommunication across teams. And so I just want to make sure that we can maintain the collaborative dynamic of the team right now while expanding, but expanding slowly, and doing so in a way that doesn't actually slow down the call it the top producers on the team. So slow and steady is the mission. Even should we see massive, inflows of revenue into the company, we'd still go slow and steady, just to ensure that we can maintain the velocity or ensure that we improve velocity of development and releases going forward.
Love it. And I'm sure I speak in the name of the whole community by saying thank you for sharing all these insights. I think it's part of the experience that the community has for being here this early and being part of the Startless community where we are super transparent on what we do and how we think about things. So appreciate the insights. But one question that I'm sure everyone has, and um, I should ask you, is about Starcom and our servers. Where does it land in the company priorities?
Yeah, well, the big improvement that we're making to Starcom is that we're installing, um, eh, what is it? Oh man, we're installing.
I got you with this one.
I was trying to make a joke, Santi, and then I just ruined it. But damn, I was gonna say those the things that put at fire extinguishers. Oh man, there we go. We're installing fire
There we
extinguishers
go.
next to Starcom. Um,
Another another mouse running in the wheel thing.
Yeah, no, I mean, Starcom, obviously, we know that this is a problem area right now. It is part of this process of developing innovative tech. Like we built Starcom from the ground up so that we could manage this reading on-chain data and then representing that data in the game engine. And so, um, happy to announce here that Starcom is already going through a re-engineering. They're coding it in Rust now, where it was previously JavaScript, so much better capabilities for parallelization. And we should see some dramatic improvements on Starcom as a result of that. There's still a ton of work that the guys are doing, understanding the infrastructure and understanding our PCs and our data streams from Hello Moon. But we should see some market improvements in Starcom going into next year. I don't know exactly what the timeline looks like on the rebuild, but it is high on our priority list, and it is one of the things that we have a dedicated team working on going into 2024.
It's still bleeding edge tech basically. So we are building in real time here and improving everything in real time. So I'm sure Starcom will get better, guys.
Yeah, it's never been done before. I mean, if there was a better solution out there, we'd be using it right now. But part of the environment that we live and operate in is if the tech doesn't exist, we have to create it because we want to fulfill the vision. So that's what we're doing, and I think Starcom has served its purpose. I guess, I realize there is some instability in it right now, but it is working for labs by and large, and we've continued to make improvements on that over Q4. But yeah, I think we'll see the most substantial improvements next year. And what we're really preparing for is the onboarding of hundreds of thousands to potentially millions of users, which it's not scalable to at this point. So in many ways, we're actually fortunate that we haven't seen huge growth in user numbers because it probably would have completely collapsed Starcom.
Yeah. But let's keep moving here, Michael. Let's get a little bit into the other things that we have going on. So like the crew cards and the mobile companion. What is the state of that going into 2024?
Yeah, we've been having some planning meetings actually over the past couple of weeks, and we're getting alignment across teams this week with several meetings, including one yesterday. We are, of course, still limited in the amount of development we can undertake across different product teams. That was a consequence of reducing the team, but as I said, there's also a lot of benefits in focusing our effort on specific applications because now everybody is fully aligned and fully working on effectively the same things. But one of the challenges with the crew cards is that we're using an entirely new standard, and that is because crew cards require millions effectively to satisfy all of the crew requirements across all ships. What this means is that we're looking into the compressed NFT standard and how we can mint millions of these truly unique one-of-one compressed NFTs. uh, how does that integrate into the marketplace, by the way? Because our marketplace is not established for CNFTs right now. It's built for, it's really built for this SFT model, which has functioned well for us to date, but won't be satisfactory going into the future. And so we're looking at yet another revision and new version of marketplace to come online next year. But the upside to using, say, the Metaplex CNFT standard is that already has integration and support across multiple marketplaces, like Tensor. I think Magic Eden has CNFT support. So we're looking at how we roll that out and also ensure that those crew members have utility in Sage Labs as an additional crew member for crafting, in Sage 3D for ship configuration, as well as using these crew members in Showroom for customization as well. Realistically, just to set expectations, crew cards and the mobile companion app, those are likely going to be deferred until sometime middle of the year. So it's not coming real soon, but we're focusing the majority of our attention on things like Starcom, on focus on Showroom, as well as on updates to labs, and adding that gameplay functionality that everyone's really excited about, which is star-based construction and upgrading, as well as getting combat systems online in labs.
Awesome. And you kind of covered it, but before we close, we are well over the hour. But let's do a quick recap on the Sage side. So in case people haven't been following the updates, what can people expect on that end? What are the things that are coming next?
Well, yeah, I did just cover those. So star-based construction is coming online. So instead of having all of the pre-loaded star bases that are available on the map today, players would start in their starting zones with, I think it's the Central Space Station and 4 star bases in the low risk or safe zone. You would need to extract resources, craft components, and use those to explore the map and undertake construction of new star bases. And as those are leveled up and tiered up, you're able to utilize higher tier crafting recipes, and this effectively creates the territory control mechanic of the map that's going to be coupled with combat. And so we'll have a fairly new economic loop. Crafting is still going to be a key component of economics, and I don't want to share too much right at the moment, but as we get into star-based construction, upgrading, and combat systems, you'll also see emissions of Atlas based on LP and XP systems. So LP being loyalty points, which effectively is a measure of your contribution to development and protection of these star bases and star systems. So we'll see Atlas emissions start to roll out. Again, I don't want to share too much more, but some changes coming to score. And yeah, looking at, did I lose you guys? Looking at a
No?
transition. Okay. Looking at a transition over to players all into labs and Sage itself.
Cool. So now I think we can actually close here, Michael. But we covered almost everything. We did some general updates. We did some 2023 recap, got into what is coming, revealed Sage Labs B2, which is coming very soon.
Santi,
And
people are saying they
they're
can't.
trolling me. They're trolling me. They started doing this a couple weeks ago. I don't know. I think it's just Dom leading the way on.
Santi, are you there?
Man,
Are
no
you
way
there?
you're doing this, Michael. You as well.
Santi?
Should I stay quiet?
JK. All right, man. Let's wrap this up. I know we're a little bit over here. Top of the hour.
Oh man, no way, no way. Michael will never miss a chance to troll, guys. You have to know that. You have to know that.
It's how I express my love.
I know, I'm aware. But yeah, let's. Is there anything else we should cover before we close?
Only one I guess big announcement. I don't know, kind of a fun announcement. So the Armstrong Imps have been one of the most popular items on the marketplace. As you all know, we had that 50% discount tranche on both the Atlas pair and the USDC pair. USDC side has sold out. I think we have one imp left at 50%
Sold out as
discount.
well. It
Okay.
got sold out. Yeah.
It did get sold out. Okay. Well, so what we are going to do over the holiday season is offer a 25% discount tranche on Armstrong Imps that will run from this week until we return on January 8th. So for those of you that feel like you missed out, we're just extending a Christmas sale on the Armstrong Imps going into the end of the year.
Nice. Awesomeness. So with that, I think we can close. So thank you everyone for joining these last Townhall of 2023. Hopefully you like the updates, and we have a lot coming for 2024. I hope you are as excited as we are. Tons of new releases, new products coming, and just the Star Atlas is getting bigger and bigger, and the ecosystem is coming alive. So thanks to everyone who joined today, and really looking forward to a new year with all of you. Love you all, and see you on the next one.
Yeah, well said, Santi. Thanks everyone for listening in. Thanks for joining. Thanks for sticking with us through all of the ups and downs of this year, and super excited for 2024. So take care,
Yeah,
everyone. Happy holidays and happy New Year.
let's do it. Dahlia's in the chat, guys. See you in the next one. Bye bye.